Welcome to the Full Moon Meditation with Spirit Fire and myself, Donna Mitchell-Moniak. Sagittarius is a sun sign that we are in if we keep a tropical calendar of astrology. Sidereally, we are actually in the sign of Ophiuchus. That is between Scorpio and Sagittarius and is the snake handler or the snake charmer, and it actually is a very profound sign. So one day we will look to the heavens again and we will notice that the astronomy and the astrology are not quite in sync, and we will once again include Ophiuchus in our meditations and in our contemplations, and even in the signs of the zodiac that we consider ourselves possibly to be under. But we'll stick with Sagittarius and its complement of Gemini. The moon is in Gemini and the sun is in Sagittarius. And as I was preparing these few slides for tonight before we meditate, I, like many other people, find myself continually troubled, my heart and my mind troubled by what's going on in the world. And I wanted to honor that many people are praying and meditating and contemplating and trying to bring forward the goodness of the human heart in every act and word and deed that each of us can do, and our interactions with one another. And as I contemplated how to begin tonight's meditation so that we could take it into the highest light possible, I considered seeds of our words, seeds of our actions, the seeds that are cast into the winds of time, the seeds that are in our life already that are coming to fruition, and the seeds that we plant and set every single moment. And that in December, as the winter starts to settle in here in the Northern Hemisphere, and as the north wind starts to blow, and the brittleness of the plants as they are now in deep freezes, and they just kind of brace against the north wind, made me think of, is humanity braced against its own heart, or are we opening to a new day and realizing that the seeds that we set are seeds for a long time? Yes, we have had the bombing in Paris, and it is a tragedy is an understatement. But as I reflected on, should we focus on that, include it within the totality of the luminescence of our meditation? And I thought to myself, no. And the reason is because are we all aware that almost 365 days of the year there is a bombing somewhere on Earth? Are we aware of that? And so as I held that fact in my mind, it illumined Sagittarius once again, and Sagittarius being a sign of movement, of travel, of migrations. Migrations for happy reasons, like holiday travel, which a lot of people will be doing over the holidays, and travel for not so happy reasons. Are we aware that Sagittarius rules cultures, civilizations, language, and the oral traditions that are passed down through generations and generations, and that usually set the tone for all spiritual traditions, religious traditions, philosophical traditions that we as a humanity hold dear and cherish and have for ages. In fact, they are the cornerstones of our civilizations. So we migrate in our minds, we migrate through philosophies, we migrate through our musings, our daydreams, our creative inventions and creative imaginations, and all of it is Sagittarius. And then we language it. We language it in words, in imagery, in art. We language it in pain, in sorrow, in war, in tragedy. We language it in inventions, in science, in words newly created to present some sort of new idea. All of it is Sagittarius. And so Sagittarius is movement. Movement as simple as Tai Chi, or the movement of the waves. It is movement. It is the movement of cycles and seasons and humanity moving after one apocalypse after another. We all know that around 12,000, 15,000 BC, there was a great, massive destruction of humanity. And that was because of the ice caps melting. And all the stories of the Great Deluge come from then. And every civilization has a Great Deluge story. Movement, Sagittarius, migrations. So we are all migrants. We have been migrants. Certainly here in the US and in Canada, if we are of pale skin, we were not born here. Not originally. We migrated, we emigrated to here. Our grandfathers, our grandmothers, our great-great-greats. But if we have Caucasian skin, that is not the skin color of the original people of North America. So we have relocated, and that's Sagittarius. Sagittarius then reminds us that we have lived in many countries over many lifetimes, and we have been the conquered, and we have been the conquerors, and we have been everywhere in between. And we have taken in strangers, and we have been the strangers that needed taking in. We have helped others, and that's of the heart of Sagittarius, the jovial Jupiterian rulership of Sagittarius. It's of the horse demeanor of gay and frolicking and happy and free. And we are free to help. We are free to lend a hand. We are free to give sanctuary. And we are the ones that have needed that. And so as we think about our meditation and we consider the light that we want to bring forward under the full moon and the energetics of our earth and the energetics of humanity, and these times of very obvious transition that we are in, where the old paradigms and the old ways of doing things and looking at things and have and have nots and all of that kind of thing, it really is had its heyday. And when we see our fellow brothers and sisters, our children and like in trouble, then we are reminded that life is for sharing. And when we don't, there's trouble. And misery likes company. So those who judge and those who have quick negative statements, they often will get a rallying crowd behind them. But that's unwise. When we give misery to others, we only are seeding that misery for ourselves. Because karma comes around. It is flawless and infallible. So we can image for ourselves a wonderful, luminescent, Sagittarius type of image. We could put the usual centaur with its feet lifted up to the heavens and its Sagittarian arrow ready to shoot to the highest philosophies and spiritual ascents. We can put before us an image of philosophical musings and multiple layers of consciousness that are all Sagittarian in nature. But in order to actually bring that forward, to bring it to fruition, we must first look at ourselves. And that is Sagittarius. Truth is Sagittarius. Philosophia, the love of truth, is Sagittarius. The ability to look very squarely in our own life and see it for what it is Sagittarius, because Mars rules hierarchically. The clarity, the power of truth rules Sagittarius hierarchically, and Earth, the planet Earth, Mother Earth, earthiness, truth of Earth's existence, and our existence as part of Earth, rules esoterically. The Jupiter is of the heart, and yes, it's a traditional ruler, but if we do not bring the heart to Sagittarius, then we are simply fools and living a foolish life under the guise of happiness and wisdom. So we can bring into our meditation great light, and we will, to a world and a humanity that simply needs to be reminded, as the sun reminds us every day, of the light that is within. And so let's meditate with a smile, because we can bring meditation, we can bring wide-heartedness to every moment. We have been reminded and have been reminding ourselves of our unanimity with our brothers and sisters, and that we are not only one, but that the fate that befalls another is a fate that befalls us. We are one. So we smile with that knowing. We sit well, honoring this body, honoring that we have a body, that we have a secure roof over our head, and the warmth inside to sit. And we breathe together to settle, breathing in and breathing out.